What's up, everybody? Thank you for being here. We're a little delayed today. This is your girl, Erica, from the Classy Climb blog. We bought on Mr. Bill Green from Lifting the Veil Academy to come on. He had to make sure he had someone covering his class today. So we're so excited to have him on. He's been a great example of breaking into tech, coming into this career with challenges, with nobody in your pocket, but also just kind of growing yourself as a person. So I love bringing him onto the channel. We are also live streaming into the Facebook group. The Facebook group has 32,000 members. We're so excited. I'm super happy, and I hope you guys these live streams help you guys, and you put your questions in the chat as much as possible. And I definitely will read as many as I can tonight. But remember, you guys, we have 47 or 48 days left in the year. Okay, so you guys, if you're wanting to change your life, if you're wanting to move forward differently, this is the time. And Bill is one of the most giving people we know in tech. He gives out his phone number. He tells him to call him. He says, "Hey, I want you to win," and so that's why we bring him on. So, hey, Bill, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, my name is Bill, aka Sub Zero 3639. That's what they call me. They call me Sub for short.
Hmm.
I have a channel, YouTube channel, Sub Zero 3639 Live. I had another channel that got terminated. That's another story. Um,
For sure.
but at any rate, I enjoyed myself in on that channel. And one day I was on the other channel and I said, "Hey guys, if you want to learn tech, hit me up." I'm thinking ain't nobody gonna hit me up, man. I just said it. And man, I got like 5 or 6 emails. I was like,
That's
man, these
awesome.
folks really want to learn. So I called my lady. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to really teach this class. I was just talking. And I taught it. Yeah, I taught it again and again and again. And about the third, fourth time, I was like, look, man, this is my last class. Y'all weighing me out. I was ready to give up. But I was always getting people like, hey man, you helped so and so, my friend. He told me you got him a job, man. Can you help me, please? And I'm not finna turn the people down. So I said, okay, I'll do another class, you know. And I taught another class and another class. And then eventually I said, you know what, this might be an opportunity to really grow into like an actual company where I can teach people in business and in tech. And the next thing I knew, I was in it. I was in it full stream. And
Hmm.
so that's basically what happened. That's how I got in. Got that's how I got everything set up. And so that's how I was able to get in full stream.
All right, I love it. I love it. And so you guys, it's Lifting the Veil Academy. If you can, we have a tradition here at the Classy Climb. We drop our city and state in the chat. Why do we do this? This allows us to craft, as you see the banner behind me, the Classy Climb tours that go to multiple cities, multiple states. We have an overwhelmingly huge number of you in the Breaking into Tech Careers Facebook group that are coming from New York, New Jersey, and this will allow us to try to put an event in New York, New Jersey, or something to that effect, so that we can spread the good word, right? So we love when you drop your city and state in the chat, because it helps us determine where the events happen, and it just helps everybody overall. So Bill, I'm going to show your website because I just love showing it. But Bill, for those who are new here, they've never met you. What are you teaching this semester?
Okay, so this class for this particular, I have a class every month, but this class, not every month. Last month I didn't do a class
Mm-hmm.
because I was really focused on the ones that we're teaching now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I'd rather get quality and just go grab anybody. I like to find people, and it's not easy to find people that are instructors that could really teach people what they're teaching and people beyond my skill set. And so I teach data analytics. That's what I've been teaching. That kind of evolved from the first class that I taught, and then I turned into I started doing Power BI. Started doing other courses, and AI was one we have going now that's going really well. I have a great instructor for artificial intelligence class, and I got a few people that's already certified in that. So we're moving in the right direction with that. But we also right now I just said, I've never taught a database administration class, and it took me months to find, because I've been looking for people,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to get with this person right here in Atlanta. Man, brother has 30 years of experience. He's, right here from Atlanta. Good brother. Me and him talk for hours on the phone. He has a heart of a teacher. He's already taught before. He's been a DBA since like way back when I was in like high school. You know what I'm saying? So he really knows the game backwards and forwards. He knows about working multiple jobs, which I always espouse my students getting multiple jobs so
Hmm.
that they can, that's how you get. If you're gonna you need to make 200,000. That's what you're trying to do. Make sure you know what you're doing on your main job, and then get you another one. Why not? And that's what I do. And so I've been successful with that. And I've really been able to make, north of 200 without sweating. It's really not that difficult. Once you learn the art of, just knowing how to schedule you, how to go to the meetings, what to do, and just making sure you can get your work done, you know. And if you're working two projects, you're working two projects. As long as the work's getting done, nobody really cares. We've been
Hmm.
able to really help people go from 30,000 to 100 and some. I just had a student just maybe 5 minutes before I got on here. I was talking to one of my students. He landed 120,000. He was at the Afrotech conference, and Bernie out of New York. So me and him was talking. He just landed 120K with Amex, with American Express. Um, one of my students. So he's excited, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to change lives, trying to
Hmm.
change, bit by bit, piece by piece. I have students all over the continent, all over, all over in different countries. I got one brother out of Benin, West Africa, who's actually gotten a job in Canada, who I helped. And so we've really been able to change lives, and I'm excited. I'm loving what I do every day. I enjoy doing this. This has been something that I've, I kind of bagged into it. I didn't expect it to become what it's become. And so I'm in awe. Sometimes I just step back, be like, man, I don't know what God doing, but I'm just gonna let him move and just focus on whatever God got for me. And that's what I'm doing, So right now, ultimately, we trying to, take this class right here and put it to the point where we can help as many people as possible. Now, the reason I like the DBA course or
Hmm.
database administration, if you can, you
Database administration.
scroll down on the website.
Okay.
So, and I need to change that top piece too, but
Okay, we're going down here. This is
we'll
what
keep
Bill
going.
looks like. All
Yeah,
right.
keep going.
Now we'll keep going. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right,
Okay,
right here.
so right down a little bit more, of course, yeah,
Okay.
down there, right. So that right there, what this is basically what we're about to be going over.
Hmm.
And what we're about to be really teaching you guys is going to be um, basically database administration, which is the reason you want to learn this skill set, because I've been a developer since 2012, 2009. I've been messing with it, learning SQL, doing different things. But let me say this. The thing with the database developer is every week, like say you have a company and that company has a website or something that they host and people use, like for example, Career Builder. Every 2 weeks they have releases. A release is when you go to a website and they'll say something like, hey, at midnight on the week of, well, on the day of so and so at midnight, we'll be down for maintenance. Yeah, if
Right.
you ever been to a website and you've seen where it's down for maintenance, what they're doing is a release. They're basically uploading all of the functionality and the different things that you as a developer have created over the course of that time. And so you upload it, and then usually it's done all us online at night, 12 midnight. We get up there, we test everything, make sure it's right, and then we turn the site back on. If it's not, if something's wrong, we leave parts of it out. Sometimes we might revert the whole thing if it depends on how messed up it is. But of course, we'd already have tested by the time it comes to that. So that rarely ever happens. But the reason I'm talking about that's the life of developers, right? Is to every couple of weeks, every 3 weeks, 2 weeks, you have to be able to release, and they're going to expect you to bring in tickets, tasks to say, hey, I was able to accomplish this. I was able to do this. These are the 8 tickets that I took throughout this last sprint. I took
Mhm.
these 8 tickets I developed them out through production. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm a developer. It is. Um, if you do a sprint and you only do 3 tickets, they're gonna have a problem with it.
Right.
I mean, at first they won't, but eventually, after about 6 months, they're gonna say, okay, we need you to bring up more than just 3 to 4 tickets. You need to start putting up 8, 9 tickets, like so and so over here. And so it puts pressure on people. And so what I like about the database administrator, they're the person who just makes sure that the database environment is functioning properly. That's their main overarching skill set, is to make sure that the database is stood up, is clean, is functioning properly. And if there were to be some sort of crash or something like that, it's backed up automatically to within 3 minutes, sometimes 60 seconds, right? If it goes down at 8:57, you can back it up it was backed up at 8:56. So you can bring it right back to 60 seconds before it went down. Like this is now, that's some cases. Some cases is within 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. But as a DBA, you have a schedule, and you schedule this stuff out, you automate it. Of course, sometimes it breaks, sometimes it doesn't work properly, which is why you have a job. But you just maintain that. And a good DBA, because I've been a DBA before, will set up little alerts and everything. Everything has alerts on it. So when something happens, all you got to do is check your little phone. You'll see, oh, okay, so-and-so down. You crack your laptop open, fix it, keep going. That's your day. That's the type. And I've seen DBAs go months, and I forget they work there because nobody ever says anything to the DBA. He's just the guy that makes sure the database is, it's a cool job, and it pays just as much as a developer. So we teach six-figure skill sets. That's what we teach. I always say that when I come on here. I don't teach low-end skill sets. I don't want to teach you a skill set that's not going to pay you no real money. So the database administrator job pays handsomely, just like a developer does. Now, developer might make a little bit more because the more intricate you get as a developer, the more skills you get as a developer, the higher, the more it just costs more to pay somebody like that has. But why do I want to be in a high pressure environment? I don't want pressure. I just want to get paid. I want my check to clear every Friday, direct deposit. I don't want no mess. And if you want to be that person, then what you want to do is you want to set yourself up for success. And the best way to do that is to just turn around and say, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to focus on helping people get where they got to go. Get what they got, get their work done, making sure that the database is up, making sure everything's doing what they're supposed to do. And if they have any problems, like say you're running something and it's hogging all the resources in the computer has a way of letting you know, hey, this is expensive. It's costing a lot of the resources. It's slowing everything down. You might ping that person, hey, that testing, that stored procedure you're testing is really hogging up a lot of resources. What's going on? They're like, oh, I'm sorry, let me kill it. Or you might look at it and say, hey, I ran a test on it, and according to the execution plan, you might want to do X, Y, and Z. That'll probably make it faster.
Gotcha.
You might just but you don't do that all day, but that's part of your job.
So mostly your job, you come in, you're kind of solving problems.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So you're saying they don't talk to a lot of people. Are they on a team, or are they kind of by themselves?
Well, it depends on the work, on the shop that you're in. You're still a member of a team, but you won't be. Your job will be the DBA.
Gotcha.
Right. So you'll be a member of the team. Now, somebody said, I take it you can start anywhere in this field. Yes. You can start as a database administrator. It's probably, now I'm going to tell you why it's not the easiest job to get, the first job, because usually what happens is you're a developer first, and then you migrate over to being a DBA. The beautiful thing about it is there are people that can go straight into being DBAs. The thing that stops them is they don't know how to do it. Like me, when I was trying to do it, I ain't had no way. I didn't have what I have now. I have my company. Like if I was trying to get into IT the way I was, and what I already knew, because I had family members making six figures, I already knew how much money was in it. I just didn't know. I didn't have anyone, and particularly someone that's African American, that I could call that would be like me, that's just like me, that's not all pretentious and super intelligent. And I'm like, he doesn't like, we don't have something in common. He's just a regular person. I never had that. So for me, I had to kind of fall through pitfalls and dust myself off, get fired, get terminated, be laughed at in meetings. I've had all types of bad experiences. Well, guess what? Those experiences we're going to download, especially somebody that got 31 years in the game. We're going to try to do our best to download that. Shout out to Ant. He's in the comments. This is one of my students. He's working right now.
He's
Say, hey,
literally moved to Texas.
he says
He
DBA's got it easy. Just got to know what you're doing. Exactly. And that's what we're doing. We're going to take 5 months and we're going to make dang sure that that's exactly what you're doing. Is you're taking your time and you're learning how to be a good DBA. Because if you know the tricks of the trade, you can win. We're going to teach you different skill sets: SQL Server, Oracle, Azure, and AWS. So you'll be able to jump out there in all different types of databases and work within those databases to get what these companies are looking for. That's the big thing. In the final weeks, you'll be doing a project. It's a comprehensive database administration project. And it says that, what is it? That includes aspects of SQL Server, Oracle, Azure, SQL database, AWS, RDS, and Dynamo databases. So you're going to really be touching the stuff that pay the money. People that's jumping AWS Dynamo is like a new database. It's so you getting the type of information that when somebody wants to jump into that stuff, you'll already be able to jump into the cloud. You can administer a database in Azure. You can administer a database in AWS, and of course you'll be able to do SQL Server on premises SQL Server, or even if you host, you can host SQL Server data servers on a virtual machine or in a cloud. So it's a myriad of ways you could do things, and you'll learn that. But
right. So the first week is just introduction, the setup, and then the 7th week is like you're really turning on the like SQL fundamentals, performance tuning, understanding national databases. I'm just reading off some of the stuff here. Super informative here. Transactional management, asset properties. This is really good. So
yeah, we're gonna basically make sure everybody's able to get what they're looking for. And what you're looking for is and I forgot to do something on the website, and I need to do it in a second. So I forgot to change the plans and pricing so that when you sign up, you'll see database administration. Right now, you don't even see it.
Okay.
And so in a couple of minutes, it'll be on there. I just need to change it.
That's okay.
I didn't know. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't change it. But anyway.
Aunt Johnson said that he's a data engineer. His next step is DBA in Assure.
That's it.
He moved into a spacious apartment in Houston, Texas today. If it wasn't for Lifting the Veil Academy, this would be a dream. So I'm just highlighting Ant because he's a real live person. And so many people are like, oh, where's your examples? Where's your testimonials? Right there. Real live person.
This brother here is a go-getter, man. Straight up go-getter, a straight dog. He know that. I brag about him damn near every video I do. He's very smart. He follows instructions. See, things with Ant, the reason I knew Ant was going to be successful was because Ant followed instructions. Ant studied on his own. At first, he came to class. Something happened. I forget what it was. He wasn't able to come back. Then he called me. I called him because another brother met him and said, hey, man, that brother Ant, you might want to talk to him. I called him. We got back cool. Me and him, that was about a year and a half ago. Me and him been cool ever since. And he been, he one of my people. I like to sound stuff off. Class starts February 28th, which is a Tuesday. I'm sorry, not February, November 28th.
I was about to say February.
November 28th. November 28th of this month, which is after Thanksgiving, so you can get your turkey.
Be turkey full.
Yeah, you get your turkey, get whatever. My birthday, December 1st. So
hey, listen, my mom was the 3rd, December 3rd. Happy birthday.
Not all right. That's a Friday, so I know, Anyway. I'm gonna act a fool. My birthday on a Friday, so I got.
So wait. November's 28th, and then it's what? Every Tuesday, Thursday, every Monday,
every
Wednesday,
Tuesday, Thursday. Class will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So Tuesday, Thursday, 8:00, and then Saturday morning at 11 a.m. I'm sorry, not 11. Saturday morning at 12:45 a.m.
12:45. Okay.
I'm sorry, p.m. Lord have mercy.
It's okay. I'm just like, okay.
I'm messing up. I'm messing up, man.
I'm messing up.
Shout out to Jasmine. She was at the
Afrotech.
Amen. Yeah, she was at Afrotech. Shout out to her. Me and her got a picture. I'm telling you right now, man. Afrotech was worth it. You've talked about this a million times. Right now, they only selling tickets for $300 for next year. You might want to buy it now because it gets up to like close to $800.
For real.
So if you can get it for 300, go ahead and get it. And you
And they
can
might be doing Houston. Didn't they say they might do
yeah, they
Houston?
moving it. They moving it. They are moving it to
Yeah, they
Houston.
got to get more
So
brown, more brown.
yeah.
Our city,
So
Austin, sometimes a little boring. I know y'all be like, Erica, what y'all do here? Walk at the park.
Austin was a nice city. It's a nice city.
It's
But
a nice
I'm gonna
city.
say this, guys. Ultimately, what I want y'all to know above all this is we have a guarantee at Lifting the Veil. That guarantee is that we will work and continue to work until you get a job.
Hmm.
If you don't get a job, we ain't gonna quit. We gonna show up. If you ain't got a job and you say, hey, I'm trying to get a job, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You got my phone number, 678-627-2796. Call me. Hey, sub, I'm working on this, I'm working on that. I'm gonna send it to you. I got this interview I did. Can you listen to it? I
Hmm.
got this, I got that. Can you help me? Yes. That's my guarantee. I'm gonna always help you. And we don't charge. Once you take the class, the first 3-4 months, or for however many months the class is technically 5 months this time, but you take the class, that's it. So when the class is over, you're in a Facebook group, and if you want anything or need anything, then you give me a call. Now, this is the thing. I've done Salesforce a few times.
Hmm.
Give you guys an example. So when I did the Salesforce class video, um, I had a brother, I ain't gonna say his name, but we
We
I
remember.
wasn't, let's just say I wasn't really satisfied with the level of expertise that the
Hmm.
students, he was a likable guy, obviously. They liked him, but people weren't really being successful with the test.
Hmm.
I went and got another guy. We've been teaching for about 4 months now. The class ends on the 18th, which is Friday. This is the last month. I think it's Saturday. The class ends. I paid for that class. If you was in the Facebook group, you came for free. If you were one of my former students,
Hmm.
you could go to the face and you think I'm lying. You can ask anybody in that class. They'll tell you, yeah, man, he gave us the class for free. The whole class. And this was development. He added development. He didn't just come in and just teach Salesforce administration. He taught development. So why am I saying that? My reputation is very important to me. I had a situation with somebody that kind of hurt my reputation, and I made sure to go above and beyond and call every customer and try to let them know we apologize, because I'm very big on customer service. If somebody come and they spend, I don't care if it's $50. If somebody spend money with you, you need to be thankful, you need to be grateful, you need to treat people with respect. And that's me. This ain't like when you go to a fast food restaurant or something and they talking to you all slick because you want some ketchup, right? And so that's not the type of service I believe in. I believe in giving people respect, giving them the best service you can give them with a smile,
Hmm.
and making sure that they get the best product they can get. Now, we're willing to go the extra mile that other companies aren't willing to go, which is whatever that may be, right? And so, yeah. So, yeah, Jasmine, no, that class is free.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's some
so
questions in
interesting
here.
cell phone
Uh,
class.
Someone
Do
said,
I have to pay
wait, wait, wait,
450?
wait, 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 wait. Hold on, Bill. After November starting class, does the next one start in the spring
No, we start in December. So we do a class every month.
every month? But the
Yeah.
next DA class will probably be next year.
Ooh, yeah, because we have to finish this one, and I don't want to get
Hmm.
somebody else. I want to
We
keep
got
who
you.
I got.
That works great.
I
Uh,
like to stay with a close knit group of people. I don't want to have no more than 4 classes going. I don't want to have
hmm.
30 class. I don't want to do that
For
because
sure.
it's hard to manage. I need to be able to
For
go in
sure.
there and reach and take. Like I had to pull the plug on one instructor because I wasn't up, felt like I wasn't satisfied. And so that's me. I'm always trying to improve your
Hmm.
experience, making sure that you're getting the best experience you can. And if you don't, it's my job to make it better. So
For
that's what
sure.
I'm gonna do.
So Journey to Jasmine said, "I'm glad I ran into you. You dropped some jewels right there on the sidewalk." Um, hey sub, this is Solomon Walker. I'm interested in your Salesforce class. Do I have to pay the 457
I
price to
think
take it?
Solomon, I think he one of my students. Just call me, brother. I mean, we'll talk about that. I don't think you
What's your
need to
phone
pay.
number again? For most people will be here in
Yeah,
six
six
seven
six
eight.
seven eight 627 2796. If you took the class beforehand, no, man, it's free.
And
Just
when
come
is the
and take it.
Salesforce class?
Well, that class, that's the thing. It's ending on the 18th. We've been
Oh, okay,
going,
where Salesforce is
but
done.
he was in the group. I was going in the group. That's what I tell people. I was in the group, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Look, man, if you one of the former students, we start next week. It's gonna be free. You ain't gotta just give me your email, and I'm gonna put you in there." And I
For
only had
sure.
like 14 people give me their email. I was really disappointed. I was like, man, I just knew he was gonna get all these people in the group.
It's okay. That's all
You
right.
know, but I did it anyway, and it dwindled down to like 4 people. I'm still paying this instructor to teach
That's
because
okay.
I mean what I say and say what I mean. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna stick to it. And so for me, it was a big deal for them to get what they wanted, right? Which for the students, it was to be able to pass the certification exam. Damn it, that's what I made sure they got.
Well, we have Anthony John said I went from a floor factory making 22 an hour to double that after completing the lifting the Veil Academy. You want to win to get it done. Listen, man, I'm telling you, Ant's a walking testimonial video.
Shout out to Ant. Shout out to Python Dunn. He live in Texas too. Um, and he said, you know, some of the truth, y'all. I can vouch myself. And 3 classmates went to 6 figures after learning after LTV Academy, and it says, and we are still working. 0 tech experience before.
Love it.
So that's a story I love to talk about. Python Dunn is one of my subscribers, but him and 3 other people, all of them got 6-figure jobs. They all worked together. They studied. They work, and actually they work with Marvin, who's one of my former students. He taught them some stuff. It was him and what's his face, because I kept my word on that because they were former students, and we taught them. And it was the final class that I did that way. But when we did it, they learned everything. Them brothers interviewed well. Man, I'm talking about in a matter of 6 months, they all had jobs.
I love it.
So they've been doing pretty well for themselves. Am I gonna guarantee a job? You can see right there. No, we cannot guarantee jobs. Right? You can click that if you want.
Yeah, I mean, there's no company that can guarantee that. I don't know why people keep thinking they want to guarantee, and it's like you can't
I'm
even
gonna
guarantee.
tell you what. There are companies. I'm gonna tell you what they'll do. They'll basically take 10% of your salary for
Woo!
10 to 20% for 2 years. Look, man, these folks be getting $15,000-$20,000 out of people. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's fair. If you go and get your job, you get your money. You gave me a couple of $100s a month. That's it. If you don't like it, you unsubscribe. I didn't really come up. I didn't really make millions off you. But you got people out here wanting, like and I always talk to people. They always telling me raise your prices. You know, if you raise your prices, you know, you won't. If you all you got to do is be successful X amount of times a month, and you'll make X amount of dollars, and that's just. I'm like, no, I want to make it affordable for as many people as I can. And one guy told me last week, he's like, well, you know what? People aren't going to assume quality because of your price. They assume it's not worth anything because it's not expensive. If that's the way you think, it ain't nothing I can do to tell you change your mind. I went and paid $20,000 for the skill sets that I have, and I just don't see why you should pay that kind of money. These companies are getting people to do personal loans. They're getting people to go out and take out personal risk. I mean, you don't need to be getting a loan in your credit, right? And you paying, hoping you'll get a job, and you done borrowed $20,000, which is what a lot of these companies. Those are the prices, but I don't have it up there yet. So it'll be up
so
there in a
take
couple
this
of
down.
minutes.
Sorry,
Well,
hold
no,
on.
it's gonna be in a few minutes. I just can't do it while I'm talking. But
Okay, you're fine.
I
You're fine.
got
Go
it up.
ahead.
I got it. If I gotta edit some things, then I have it up there. But
I took it off. I went to back to
get
the
up there
face.
in a couple of minutes. But I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all, man, lifting the veil. We're trying to grow. We're trying to help as many people as we can. Database administration is something I've been wanting to do for years. This is the initial skill set. Thanks, Sherry. I appreciate it. Can you work part-time in this industry? Yeah, you can. There are a bunch of part-time jobs, but most jobs, I always tell people, if you want to work part-time, this is the thing you got to ask yourself. If I'm working at home in my underwears, right? Because that's what I like to look. I look at it like that. I make it my business to roll over in the bed, reach down, grab the laptop, wipe my eyes out, and log in. That's how I go to work. That's my commute, right? I check my email, then I roll back over, go to sleep. Watch it. I might crack my eyes, hug my boy going to school. I always come out, give me a hug. I always get a hug, tell him I love him. Then I roll over. I might put it on Sports Center, might watch a little whatever. Or I might, I got a Fire Stick, I might watch a movie. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, now I got a meeting. I jump in the meeting. We talking for 15 minutes. I ain't gonna talk to nobody the rest of the day. You could do that with 2 or 3 companies. I've actually had 3 jobs before. So for me, it's a very comfortable lifestyle. But You
Two
know,
questions. Is there resume help after when
oh
class is
yeah,
done? Okay.
definitely. That's definitely
Hmm.
yeah. In fact, I've been working with some people to improve my resume skills so I can help you guys. But yeah, definitely.
Uh,
The algorithms have changed in the last
right.
couple of years. People are using artificial intelligence, so you
Hmm.
need to know how to optimize your resume to come to the top of the artificial intelligence searches for people to really want to take you serious in this space.
Hmm.
So you definitely need to be able to put that time in working on that resume. We talk about it. Um, there's a few tricks of the trade that I use that can help people get jobs. So we work on it from a different worldview or outlook. I love to do free consultations. I break everything down to you on the phone. Just give me a call.
Right. So, thank you, Celeste. Codes at 9:30. Thank you for $5 super chat. Does data analytics course lead you to a job ready position in tech?
Yes,
Okay.
simple. Yeah. In fact, just about everybody you see, those are data analytics people.
Yep.
So yeah.
Uh,
So everybody, when we talk
Even
about
Ant
that,
in the comments said yes.
yes. So
um,
when you get out, you're gonna know SQL. Not only are you gonna know SQL, I'm gonna let you sit and listen to tech interviews from real people, from real companies where people got jobs or went down in flames. When my students go down in flames, they send it to me. I say, hey, I'm gonna play this for the class. Okay, go ahead. And I play it and I say, this is what you shouldn't do. Now we don't laugh at people and that like that. We're just doing that because
it
that's what
helped
we
others
never,
learn.
that's what black people never get. No, not just black people, nobody does. There's nowhere you can go and sit down and listen to a real live interview with a company and see also this is what I can expect. This is
Hmm.
what I can expect from them. This because guess what? Black people in particular, we'll go to college, we'll get all these degrees, we'll get all this stuff, and then we might even get an internship. But when you get into the workspace, the marketplace, and you're trying to compete for a position, and somebody's up there talking about asking you stuff and you don't know what they're talking about, and they're asking you about something that's on your resume that you took in college, but you forgot, you haven't touched it. What we do is we give you a more specialized skill instead of just some generalization. Because when you go to college, that's what it is. You can get a computer science degree, but you'll be just generalized in everything. You want to be really a specialized skill. There are a myriad of skills, not just cybersecurity. I know that's what we love to talk about, and I and
Everybody
I'm
loves
trying to
it's
get
juicy.
somebody, but it's not easy to find. I want to make sure I get the right person for that.
Hmm.
Because I need certain types of people to teach. But the thing is, we have other skill sets. That's why you hear these brothers and see these people in the comments talking about they making six figures. I'm making six figures. All four of us got six-figure jobs and up here doing well. Man, I'm moving into a big apartment. I done moved to a whole new city in the South. Ant was in Ohio. He had a good job, $22. He quit. And so this brother was able to get a job and he's doing successful. He's knocking his tickets out. He told me he just mentioned that today. So these are people that were able to change their situation without the hoopla of going to college and getting into or going to some boot camp because everybody love to use the phrase boot camp. I hate that term. I don't really like to consider us a boot camp because boot camp sounds like I went to this thing for 3 months and I said, I was in here for not even 3 months, sometimes 3 weeks. They cram some stuff down for 8 hours,
Hmm.
lectures, and then you go out there and you think you're ready to get no.
All right.
That's why when people say, oh, it's boot camp, oh, okay, whatever. People don't take it serious. We don't even use that phrase boot camp because when we talk about boot camp, what that does is that puts us in a certain category. And there's a
Hmm.
lot of charlatans out here that are my main concern is making sure I give you guys a good like service. That's the main thing. I cannot duplicate myself, but I need to make sure that I vet people. Now I know how to interview a DBA. So this DBA we got, I would share his resume in front of everybody, but this guy is I asked him some questions, he killed it. So I know he know what he's talking about because I've been a DBA myself. So it's this ain't like blockchain where I didn't know technically the
Right.
skill set. And so the thing is, I want you guys to know is you're gonna get a great service. This is a black man right here in Atlanta, 30-some years
Hmm.
experience. He love his people. We talked about that's what we talked about. Helping people, and particularly a lot of black men, because a lot of brothers are getting left behind economically.
Hmm.
And nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to help us.
Right.
And so you got to understand, it's not just black men, black women as well. I'm not trying to turn the
For
sisters off.
sure. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. There
Yeah,
I said something earlier today about like if half of women of color make like $15 or less a year. So in the United States. So it's like when people ask me who needs tech, lots of people. It's time for people to skill up. It's beyond time. So
we've been doing this. Thank man. I think I appreciate all the love from all y'all, man. I see all y'all
yeah.
come in. Let me what did she say? What
Which
is the
one?
she's saying what is the sassy
Oh,
girl? What is the ideal candidate? What example some backgrounds that they come from on the field? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Ant was in a factory.
yeah.
I got truck drivers. I got people that come from school teachers. I got if we're talking about black people, and I'm not
It's people
look,
who apply themselves, honestly.
exactly. I appeal
Are
to
you willing to
African
apply yourself?
exactly. I appeal to African Americans. You're gonna have a high propensity to for somebody to be from a more blue collared background. It's not going to be the typical. Okay, I got I've been in data entry. I've been in help desk. I've been in that'll be good, obviously, but that's not no. We believe in taking people that barely understand the basics and taking them all the way through. So we're very patient. We take our time. And when I'm teaching in particular, I love to say, does everybody understand? And everybody get quiet because I know a lot of y'all don't like to unmute your microphones because in class you can unmute and talk. Nobody says anything. I say, now I know somebody in here don't believe, don't listen, don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go over this again. Like that's how I teach.
For
And the
sure.
reason I do that because I know eventually when I do that, after I'm done that second time, man, I'm glad you did that because I ain't want to say nothing, but I didn't understand. Like I know. So that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We help people, man. I love doing this, as you can
Mhm.
probably tell in my voice. I love doing this. Ain't got into these people. Oh, you just doing this for money. I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it. I love seeing people like Ant, Python, yeah, Jasmine, all
Mhm.
people getting these jobs and changing their situation.
I mean, changing their life, really. Like some people are like, "This is the most money I've ever made." I get those emails all the time. Like, man, I switched careers, and this is the best thing I've ever done. I tell you guys, every time you move to a new city, you meet new people, new jobs, new careers. I encourage folks to go on Indeed.com. When they say jobs aren't paying any money out here, I'm like, go on Indeed.com and play around with the 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 filters and type in 80K or plus a year, and then you're gonna see jobs just popping up. And so I think uh, I do these videos to help people be exposed to this career. I've been we've been doing this what for 3 years now, Bill. Like we've been
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
Tech
I've been on
Tuesdays
her
for
channel
three
for 3 years.
years.
I've been teaching for 3 years before that. Pro Dumpster Diver said
There, I see it.
I
Yeah,
drive. You say I drive Amazon 76 p.m. Don't want to fall behind. You'll been off work 2 hours by the time we start class if you're on Eastern time zone.
yeah,
If not, you can also listen on your phone while you're in your car, and I
and they're
record
archived.
exactly. I record everything. So guess what? I got my first class that I ever did 6 years ago. I got it. I ought to go watch it just to laugh, just to
Well,
listen at myself.
I tell people like when you say, "Hey, Eric, I want to switch careers." If you tell me you want to be a boxer, you want to be a ballerina, whatever, you're gonna have to dedicate an hour to 2 hours every single day to this new career. Whether you're reading books, you're studying, how do you dress? What's the lingo? What kind of clothes do you wear? You should be immersing yourself in this new identity because it is an identity shift. It's an
Look,
identity
there's
shift.
so many different tools you can get, and Ant. I guess we can go down the comments. Ant was
Mhm.
next, I think. And
Sub definitely is thorough. He drills you on the interview process, just like the Indians. I had a 4 round interview, and I was drilled with questions. Handled it with grace. Yeah, I did three. I did 3 interviews, you guys, and I had to do a presentation. At least 4 different interviews I did. So I'm telling you, they're gonna hit you. So you might as well practice.
that's it. You got Jasmine. I think she was next.
This isn't a boot camp. These courses are in a tech academy that goes above and beyond.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything y'all saying, man. Shout out to Leo. It's another one of my students.
Sub is the truth. He has helped us out tremendously. He has a vital part in helping me change the trajectory of my life. All right, Leo, what it do? No, I'm gonna skip that. Sorry. Lord Commander said, I'm a data engineer and data architect. I work 3 full-time roles. Lord Commander said he rich. Call him later.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, so he probably clearing close to $300,000 or
I,
more.
I believe it. I
I
believe
mean,
it.
come on, man. You know what you got to go. Listen, guys. Do you know what you got to do to clear that type of money?
Man.
Like you got to go to medical school. You got to be $200,000 in student loan debt. You got to work your residency, making $75,000 for 4 years. Then you come out. Then you start as a doctor making $200,000, and you work your way up to. That's what it is. That's the only way we've known historically how to get that kind of money, unless you're a professional athlete or another or something illegal, right? So if you want to make that kind of money and not be putting yourself in a situation where you feel like, you know what, they treat me funny at this job, but I got to take it. I had that happen one time. Guy was talking to me disrespectful. It was my third job. So guess what I told him? Look here, man, I'm a little stressed right now. I think I'm going to just probably bag up. Get somebody else. I don't want to waste your money. I put it on. Oh, no, we need you. You can stay. You like, no, I got to go.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
I got to go. Now, I ain't even tell him he was talking crazy. I just left. Like, bro, he is out of his mind talking to me crazy. And so when he said something, I was like, bro, I ain't been here that long. You getting on to me. Only y'all, and I'm knowing as a developer what you haven't done to set me up for success, and yet you're expecting all this stuff. So it's gonna take time because I gotta figure it out on my own. And he was upset because I was trying to figure it out. And I said, well, look, I'm not gonna take this. And I was able to leave.
And you don't
I
have
got
to.
a skill set. I have a skill set. I don't have to wait on nobody. I can walk away from a job. I have a skill. That's like if you walk away and you're a doctor or you're a nurse. You got a skill. You can always work. You're a school teacher, got your certificate, you can teach it, and you can leave a school system and go work in another one. That's the difference. The only thing is with us, data's everywhere. Every organization has data. If they taking in information, they storing it. If they storing it, it's stored in a database. And if it's stored in a database, somebody got to make sure that database is functioning right. That's our job. That's what this database administration course is going to be about.
Now, you know somebody going to be like, is it a lot of math? You already know, Bill. Somebody going to come back later. Is this a lot of math, Bill?
No, it's not. We don't even fool with math. We don't fool
go.
with math at all. We don't. We let the machines. First of all, we got a data science class starting in January. It's going to be strictly data science. It's going to be, because we did it one time. It was very successful. A lot of people got certified, but I had to learn some things. And so now I spoke with you when we were out there about reaching out to companies and getting my students plugged in so that they can come straight out of Lifting the Veil and get. So I'm trying to set that up. Right. And I'm going to eventually, and when I get there, that interview is going to be a little bit different, because I'm going to come up here and really be screaming like you crazy if you don't sign up with Lifting the Veil, but doesn't matter, because at this point, once you have a certain skill set, I've seen students tell a dude. I had a student, I kid you not, he was in my class a month. He barely knew SQL, right? He told his boss, or he told a guy in the tech department, say, hey, yeah, I'm learning this and I'm learning that. That's exactly what they needed. They needed somebody. They gave him a raise of 10,000, which really wasn't that much money.
That's not much, but he can get it. He can leave and go somewhere else and get more.
But that's when he worked. He left, but he stayed there for about a year. Then he left. But that was a big jump. He's already making 55. They gave him 65, and then he said, okay, I'm gonna work over here. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna get with it. Once he got good, he left. He called me. Yeah,
he learned on the job, basically.
Yeah. I mean, he had complete job security. He knew he wasn't going nowhere because he was homegrown, and they got him for cheap. Because when you get these types of skills, I'm telling you, $50 is the base. That's what they charge an hour.
Yep.
When people call you, that's your rate. If you're a database administrator, you tell people you'll take 50, 45, but you're killing me. That's how I talk.
Somebody said, this one said, it changed my life. I paid off my student loan, cars, and house, completely debt free now, earning $400K plus. Congratulations. A win is a win, baby.
That's it.
Kmark said, I'm a IT manager for a Fortune 200 company, and I had to go through 7 rounds of interviews to get my $200K plus job. There you go.
That's it. And Sassy Girl says she's a property manager. I guess she meant, can I do this? He said, I can do this. Yes, anybody can do this. I don't care what your background is.
She said, there's a lot of free training online on Linux. Would Linux be helpful in database administrator or data analytics role?
Linux is the operating system. So you might have like an Oracle Linux. Oracle will be in a Linux environment. But
Mm-hmm.
Linux speaks more to, from my understanding, is from more of an, and I don't know everything about tech, so I'm
For
just telling
sure.
you what I know. But the database itself sits within an operating system. It could be Windows, or be a Windows server, or it could be something like a or it could be a standalone
Mm-hmm.
database, like SQL database, like in Azure. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I don't really think we mess with Linux too often. Now, the guy we're bringing in, he gonna know how to do all that. He got all the bells and whistles because I got his resume right here. This
Mm-hmm.
brother I'm bringing in has all the tricks of the trade, but I don't technically touch
That's
Linux.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Listen, and I want y'all to understand too. I know about 22 technical people here in Austin via my church, via my friends group, through several issues or whatever. But what happens is I'll ask them about something we talked about here on Tech Tuesday. They don't even know, and I know more about the thing listening to Bill than they know. Right? So you'll run into people in different categories of tech, and it'll be like, "Oh, I don't know that thing." So there, it's just expansive. It's like the other day, somebody was a nurse, and I said, "Oh man, nurses make a lot of money." Oh no, they don't. And I said, "Where do you live?" They live in a little nowhere place and they've never asked for a raise. So you got to be careful who you're asking on this internet, what they think and what they know, because travel nurses make 200K a year. My aunt's an ER nurse, been a nurse 30 years. People make money in these careers. You have to go around asking questions, and that's why I love promoting Bill here, because he brings on different technical people with different years of experience. And that's why we even do Tech Tuesday, so you can get different angles of listening
Well, guess
to
it was hard. It's hard
users.
to find. That's why it takes me months, because that's what I do every
Mm-hmm.
day is interview people for different skill sets, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I didn't pull the trigger last month, because I felt like I had some people, but I didn't feel comfortable,
Right.
and I was like, I don't want to just throw something out there because I don't want to get burned having somebody that I don't feel like is cares like I do. Not to say that they didn't. The people I talk to, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
for one, also because people are coming from a certain background, I
Mm-hmm.
need people that don't have these thick accents. And unfortunately, when you in tech,
That happens. The
that's
accent.
all you're gonna get. Unfortunately, I had this one guy, this African guy, interviewed. Man, this dude was a beast. I mean, he really was. I said, I can't do it. I cannot do it because it's not me picking on him because he was a
For
nice
sure.
guy. If I was
Just hard
hiring
to
him for
hear.
my company, I would definitely give him a job because he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to training people, from a guy that drive trucks or a female that is a school teacher and doesn't deal with that, these accents a lot of times get in the way. And
Mm-hmm.
particularly when you're talking to Indians and people from India or people from Pakistan and people.
Right.
I have people from all over the world that
Mm-hmm.
I interview, and it gets difficult. And
It
so,
does. Yeah.
you have to weed through that. But when I find a brother or a sister and I talk to them and I send that that signal out just to see if they really care about the struggle, right? And they cool. Some of them are they kind of standoffish, like, okay, who is
I know.
this? What is? But every once in a while, I get somebody that, okay, yeah, man, I'm on board. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to help people. Da, 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 this is what I do. Da, da, and it's cool. And so then I interview them and I ask them the other questions that you ask people that are DBAs, like which DBCC command would you use if
Mm-hmm.
you were trying to do this, this, this? If I was trying to do XYZ, how would I do it? That type of stuff. And
Right.
they tell you. And so these are the types of things. This is the process. I'm very excited for this instructor we got now, though, because I'm gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
you right now, this brother is a beast with it. I mean, he's been doing it so long, 31 years. I mean, some of my students ain't even 31 years old. So I mean, literally, if you under 31 years old and you out here and you ain't making, if you're not making north of $100,000, holla at me. Now, when you go to the
But
website,
Bill, they say I only make. There's a man on TV saying he only made $14 an hour. Bill.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and I did content on that. I
I didn't
when
get
I
to
see
watch it,
stuff
man. You
like
know, I was
that,
in Mexico living my
and
best
I'm
life.
like, what
My
is you
toes in the
talking
sand.
about? He talking about this woman works 16-hour days, and guys, my lady's upstairs. She don't work. I'm not trying to brag. My wife is
Yeah.
upstairs. She does not work. Her job is to make sure she look good and to make sure my son is smart. She tell me she
Yeah.
work out
Hey.
twice a day.
Hey.
It's normal. Guess what? She in the best shape she been since I known her. She's gotten in great shape. She's and my son has all A's. I'm not trying to say this to be braggadocious. A lot of times, especially in particular when you come in this space in the
Mm-hmm.
black manosphere, you hear all these brothers talking about, oh, woman need to be at home focusing on the kids. Well, guess what, guys? You
You got
want
to
to be
make
that
money to
guy?
do it.
You got to be able to pay the bills. You got to be able to be a man and pay the bills. And when you are at a certain point where you're making a few $100s, every day, you're making $500 a day, $400 a day. She come up, at the end of the month, babe, I need $400. Here you go. Don't worry about it. Babe, my car broke. How much is it? 900. Here you go.
Bill, I told you,
Changes everything.
listen, I went to a church here and everybody was like, the average in our society, people have maybe 1, 2 kids, not many, it's people stressed. I went to a church, Bill, and there's a lot of tech guys there. And almost every woman had 4 children, 3, 4, 5 children. You're like, and we would joke, it's something in the water. And you know what that something in the water is? When your husband got a great job. When your husband's got a great job or a great skill, you can have more kids. You can be sitting at home. You can be looking in shape. It People try to say money doesn't matter, but there's a reason you're seeing so many people. There are 32,000 people who have joined Breaking Into Tech Careers group. They desire to have a better financial life. If you're a woman and let's say you're 40, 50 and your children are grown, they going to college, whatever, now you need to figure out how you're going to retire. You do 10 years, Bill, working at 150K a year, 120K a year, 130K a year. It's nothing but it's going to help you in retirement.
And another thing too, man, if you got 2 jobs, this is what I always tell my students. You got 2 jobs and you're not, and a lot of us aren't disciplined, but especially African Americans, we like to, really a lot of us like to get into these spaces and be, what's the word? We try to, well, I mean, we want to get in these spaces as African Americans and try to have a certain level of success. But the problem is a lot of times if you don't have a stable income, you can't really put yourself in a position to be successful. When my students get jobs, I tell them, look, get you a separate checking account. You work in your first job, say they're paying you $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
You work that job.
Mm-hmm.
6 months. Once you feel like you know what you're talking about, you go get another job. Now you got 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you get that second paycheck, it might come every Friday, it might come every 2 weeks, whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Open up another checking account and cut the card and cut it. Like they're going to send you a card in the mail. Cut it. Throw away the checkbook. Right? That money every month goes into that account. Because one thing we as African Americans understand about ourselves, we like speed. We don't like the idea of having to save up till we 65, old and gray. Oh, now I got $1 million. That's not how we want to live. Black folks,
it's the velocity of money. Velocity of money is the word we're looking
they
for.
want to get fast. And the best way to do that is to take that second job and let that money be sent somewhere. Especially in a lot of companies, they'll have it where you can do it in percentages.
Mm-hmm.
But I prefer to take the whole check and drop it. I got an account in Montgomery at a credit union. I don't have no check. I don't have no account. I don't have no online log on, have nothing. I just got money that I know I got. I think I got an X amount of dollars down there. I've been working.
Listen, sometimes you got to trick yourself. I've had to do it.
I don't know how much I got, but I know if it really come down to it, I can make that 2-hour drive, get down there, and I'm good. I got money. But guess what? That's how you do it. You set yourself up. You work 2, 3 jobs. When you working 3 jobs, man, don't spend that money, man. Take this check here, man. When they ask for the checking account, give them a checking account, and it's the one you threw away. It's the one that you don't have. Why? Because that sets you apart. Shout out to my homeboy, Black Men Taking Our Community Back. He had a YouTube channel. He stopped making content. That brother had a video one time where he showed $40,000 cash he was able to save up in a matter of months because he lives on 50% of his money.
Right.
He said, man, I live on 50% of my money. He calls it eating better. That's what he calls it. And he was able to get into real estate. He was a nurse at the time. He quit. He's like, man, I ain't doing it no more. He quit fast. After about 2 years, he quit. So I'm just full-time real estate. I got a bunch of rental properties. I got some multifamilies, and I'm building new houses now. Out there in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
This brother was a guy who took his skill set. He had a 6-figure. You always want to have a $10,000 a month skill. Shout out to Dan Locke. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Dan Locke.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. Dan Locke is a guy, and he talked about how you need to have a 6-figure skill. You need to have that, and you don't need to be getting into debt to do it, and you don't need to be putting in 2 and 3 years at even. I'm not knocking a community college because I think that community colleges are great. They're going to still be more. Even a community college is more expensive than what we're teaching.
Oh yeah, I broke it down. I've literally showed people. I'm like, per course, you're paying $2 to $3 grand per course. Now
Yeah.
you're adding time to it. A lot of times, what I want people to understand is somebody will come and say, Erica, I want a new life. I want a different life. I want to get over here and do this. You're going to have to commit. Put 1 to 2 hours a day into this new life, this new direction. And guess what? In 6 months, now you're going into a different direction. You're getting a different career. I'm going to read some of these comments real quick, Bill, and then I'm going to go back, come back to you. Never give employers your power. I don't need you, period. Jasmine said the math is counting your paycheck. Y'all are so funny in here. He said he went on 7 interviews and he was arguing with them by the end, told them this was my last interview. Yeah, you don't need 7 interviews. That just ain't going to work for me. I did 3 interviews
crazy.
and I was like, that was too many. Somebody said Linux is usually the OS of choice for databases. Okay. He said this course will get you to the door. You have to want this money and really put an effort. 2 hours a day and a little YouTube scrolling will change your subconscious.
Yep.
Linux allows you to move around computers with speed, knowing which folder certain types of files sit in, how to move files from one place to another. That's great. Thank you, Commander. Dre Harden, thank you for the $5 super chat. Sub and Erica for president. Listen, put it right, Erica and Sub. Okay, listen, I'm gonna put the poster together. Okay,
MAGA 2024.
Stop it.
Let me stop. I probably turned off.
Before you get half the audience to drop off. Thanks. That can be very discouraging. It's really hard to concentrate with those thick accents. Tam said they cheat. Stop, Tam. Stop it.
If Tam is talking about how they get jobs, she is correct. I got a video I can share of a guy in India. He's saying that they can go up and pay like $1,200 and they can get a official stamped degree from the government saying they have a PhD, saying they have a doctorate in computer engineering. How you gonna mess with that?
Oh yeah, that went on CBSC News. Like when they start saying, "Oh, they're sending the best of the brightest," I'm like, "Come off it, man! Everybody coming out of Africa has got a PhD. Everybody coming out of India, come on, man! Everybody coming out of Eastern Europe where it's really poor. No, that's not happening. But I'm not knocking the people. Get your foot in the door and learn on the job. You know what I mean? Tam said, I told you to start talking about 100K. Okay. The cultural difference is also why many companies will have outsourced back-end resources and keep customer-facing roles onshore. Interpersonal skills mixed with technical skills are life-changing. Stop. I know I shouldn't even brought it up. Don't forget she goes home and makes and cooks after 16 hours. Yeah, that woman's funny. A crazy person.
I was like, dude, you killing your woman, man.
She gonna have a stroke. She gonna have like they show studies that strokes and heart attacks are coming up.
I'm like, your woman works 16 hours and come home and cook and clean.
Yeah,
bro, where'd she sleep?
Anyway. Listen, Bill, I just had a cleaner come by the other day. I'm not playing. That cleaner spent 3 hours here, and I was outside chilling. Walked in the park. I did a YouTube video, went and ate a sandwich, and came back. I ain't have time for that. Because Bill, you have to like, what's the point of us working so hard if we're gonna come in here and be scrubbing the floor? What's the point of us working so hard and making all this money if we can't have small luxuries and a massage once a week? I just tell people you got to design the life you want.
That's it. Yes, the brothers and dancers yesterday. He's saying I'm trying to combine a petroleum engineering degree with data analytics. Brother, they would love that. I've spoken with BP. I never worked with BP. I've worked with General Dynamics, which they do a lot in petroleum and engineering. Who else? Khaki. You can get a lot of government jobs, and particularly when you're talking about around the Houston area. Data analytics, what we do is we teach Power BI, Tableau. We teach SQL. We teach Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Data Factory, SSIS, SSRS, Power BI, Tableau. We teach all that. So that's what that course is. But we right at the end of SQL, we got maybe another week of SQL, and we're moving into SSIS and Synapse Analytics and all that. But you want to talk to me, give me a call tomorrow, 678-627-2796. If you want to, you can call me tonight when we get done. I really don't care.
Bill's phone number is 627-2796. Tell me who comes on a live stream and gives out their phone number, you guys, for you to text them and call them. Who wants you to win that bad? Y'all got to understand, like, when I talked earlier today in a live stream, Bill, I said the money's everywhere. It's a ton of money out there. You just have to go get it. You just
Yeah.
have to position yourself to stick your hand up in the air and grab it. And a lot of these companies are desperate for people because they realize you can't get nobody to come in the office. Everybody want to be remote. So if you're the person, even though you're new and you want to come into the office, it's a game changer. It's just a game changer, you guys.
I mean, that's it. I mean, we've been doing this for a while. We've been helping people. Um, it's not guaranteed. Obviously, I tell people, man, it might take you 4 months to get a job. It happens. It's not like, okay, you get through and okay, as soon as I get through, I'm just gonna get a job. That's how I thought at first. It just so happened it actually worked out for me like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember, I had been getting my ass handed to me on interviews
Mm-hmm.
for years. By the
Mm-hmm.
time I got my first job, I'd already been interviewing and getting blown out of the water because I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
And so when I went to the company and they filled in the gaps,
Mm-hmm.
once I got an interview at that point, I knew how to kill it.
So I got you now. I
Yeah,
got you.
because I said, okay, so all I got to do is put this with this, and I was able to get in this interview, and I took over. The guy was asking questions, and I just broke it down. I started going into isolation levels and stuff. He said, okay, impressive. First day
Exactly.
I
Like
walked in,
got you.
he said, hey, Bill's our new SQL guru. I said, oh
Mhm.
Lord, SQL guru. I was scared. I was like, man, I don't know. I ain't like that, but I called my brother. He was like, man, well, guess what? That's what you are. You the SQL guru, right? So, I lasted though. I lasted my first job. I lasted about 3 months. I saved up a good little chunk of money.
Mhm.
Um, Man, I had tickets. I had a lot of stuff I had to pay off. There's a lot of us, man. When you get stopped by these police, man, they writing out $800-900 tickets each, and so you really have to be in a position financially to get your driver's. You know how many? You'd be surprised how many brothers out here don't got good driver's license.
Oh, I'm not. I've been on the phone with too many people. Well, this is Bill. This is why I tell people you need to learn how to get on the laptop and the cell phone and make money from anywhere. Well, if you can't drive, what if you can't go out your house? What if you have to Uber everywhere? Like, I need you to be able to be proficient with these laptops, y'all. This is where the power is. Because let's say whatever your car gets wrecked, it's total. You break your foot, you break your hand. Can you work from home? Can you hit that laptop and
All
still
these
perform?
jobs. Some Michelle Henderson is asking, can you work from home? Are these jobs remote? Every
Wait, can
job
you answer the one on the screen, Bill, if you can?
okay.
Okay, I'm
My
putting on the
daughter,
screen. Sorry.
deaf literally. How can she learn about tech, or how does? Well, the best thing I would tell her is to get into books. Um, Also, if for example, let's say she did take my course, YouTube has a set. My recordings are uploaded to YouTube, so you just upload the video to YouTube and then hit closed caption, and it'll just play the words. She'll be able to read it that way. And she'll be able to, get the understanding. She'll probably learn it faster than a lot of other people
For
because
sure, yeah.
she won't have all the distractions. She'll be able to look at the screen, see what
Mhm.
I'm saying, and then she'll be able to just do it and grasp the concepts a lot faster.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna go through the other ones. Aunt said I'm about to open another account. I've been doing percentages to my 3 banks. There you go. Spread it out. Uh, John said a $10,000 a month skill. Yep. People said the problem is our people hear 40K and our mind goes to how that money could be spent to better our life. The reality is you have to be parking money and understanding compound interest. 100%. K Marcus, the velocity of money. And when you talk to our people, well, how much can I make right now? You know what I mean? It's kind of wow. So let me see. Somebody said they actually cheat in the interviews too. Okay, listen, I hear you. Sounds like what those nurses with fake degrees were doing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But see, the problem is they got found out.
Mm-hmm.
When you in tech, don't nobody know. Ain't nobody finna go check over in India. See, they
Call
don't
over
check.
places.
We don't put fake degree. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you don't need that. You really don't need that to get a job.
In our breaking into tech group every day, Bill, people are like, should I go back to college? Should I go get a 4-year degree? Should I go get all these degrees? I'm like, why? Can you do the job? Come over here and learn. Let's show you. So it's really important, you guys. And again, this is Bill's number. If you're in the Facebook group where we have 32,000 people who are looking to break into tech, or here, Here you go. Someone said there's a video. Women saying women continue to stress at this rate, we'll see massive deaths. Yeah, they've already been saying like women are having strokes and heart attacks at ridiculous rates. And I told my honey boo and I told most of my family, I said, this is a big year for me. We're gonna do a 6 month tour on the road. We're gonna do a lot of stuff, and then we're done. We're gonna take the next half year off for various reasons. And Bills know, all these people know, but we're gonna be chilling because stress will take people out. And so we have to be able to make money, but also put money where it's reoccurring. That's part of why I do Wealth Wednesdays. I'm like, I'm just showing you what I'm putting my money into. You know, oil and gas is tripping. I'm gonna throw some money in the oil and gas industry. Money tripping over here. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna solve problems, right? And keep it simple. So this is something for you guys. Pro Dumpster Dive says, is there a payment plan for people? Yes. I'll show the page again, and Bill, go ahead and finish talking.
Well,
I'm
I'm
just
gonna go
scrolling
ahead.
down
The
to it.
page for the price is only $200 for the first month. That's all
You
I
put the
charge.
what is it? You put the code in, Erica?
Yeah, just put Erica, ERICKA.
Yep,
You put
all
that
the
in. Now,
letters, y'all.
obviously, the website says data analytics. I will be
He's gonna
changing that.
adjust it.
I'm gonna just supposed to say data administration, database administration. So give it about 20 minutes when I'm done from this interview, and I'll be able to go up here and change everything around. The multi-class membership is cool. I always tell people the annual membership is the best. I know people don't want to hear that because they, oh, well, that's the most expensive. The reason you want to take the annual membership, say for example, we're doing database administration. We're going to do data science. We're going to do cybersecurity. We're going to do all these different skills over the next 12 months. You want to get all of them, but you don't want to pay all this different money. 2,000 is 2,600, but it's going to I drop it down $700 if you want to do that one. So that way you can just learn one skill set at a time, 4 times or 5 times, however many you
Mm-hmm.
want. And if you want to straddle, if you want to take 2 or 3 at the same time, you can go to any class we got anytime. If you decide I like this, but I'm gonna jump over here into this Salesforce architecture class, then you jump over there. Wherever you want to take, that's the other class I have. So a lot of people are asking, well, I want to take this class. Well, that's probably what you might want to talk to me about an annual because, and I discount it greatly because I know people ain't got a lot of money like that. And so people say I have a scarcity mindset when I try to say, hey, I'm gonna try to make it cheap. I make my stuff cheap. God damn it. I wish somebody had told me it was just $290. For you to tell me $297 a month and I can learn, man, it costs me $15,000. Real talk, right hand to God, $15,000. I can dig up the emails and show y'all where I paid that to learn. And guess what? Wasn't no guarantees, right? And so, but they did give me a good resume. They gave me stuff on my resume that I could speak to, and they told me how to speak to it, how to speak to what I learned, so that I was able to get out there and get a job. That's the difference. That's the difference. The database administration class will be on the website in a matter of about 30, 45 minutes.
Gotcha.
And it's going to be a course basically centered on you guys getting the opportunity to go out here and be able to get before these employers and hold your own, know what you're talking about, and just be able to change your situation financially.
Uh oh, Bill, it's breaking up.
Oh, it is? Can
Hold
you
on,
hear me?
hold on, Bill. You were breaking up. You were breaking up real bad. It's 297 for the first month. Is two. Yeah, I can hear you now. It's 200 for the first month because you get the 97 off with the word Erica. It's 290. It's 297 every month after because you're going to be in the class at least what 5 months, Bill?
Yes.
Can you hear us, Bill?
Yes, I hear you. It's
You're
five
going to be in what
months.
the class about 5 months.
Yes. Can
Oh
you hear
yeah.
me?
So again, I'm just telling you like the yeah I can hear you now. You got resume help, interview help. You're literally in a course set learning. It's Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday. You're in a Facebook group, and again, he continues to give you ongoing help. Mimi Roberts, I would definitely call his number. Yeah, thank y'all for answering in the comment section too. Help, thanks for helping us. Um, and so again, Sassy Girl, again, Bill already gave his phone number. If you want to text him, you want to call him, you can go ahead and do that. If you actually go on the website, Lifting the Veil, LTVacademy.com, you can actually review what the class offers. I'll go here back to the main page. I don't know what
Yeah,
time you came
yeah.
in,
Because
Sassy Girl.
if you go to the main page, it'll show
I'm
you
gonna
what
scroll
we're
down
doing. If you
here.
scroll down, yeah. But if you go, the plans and
Yeah,
pricing, I
here you
haven't
go.
changed.
Sassy
Yeah.
Girl, if you go on the main page, it's sort of what you'll see.
That's
Bill, you're
it.
breaking up bad.
I
Um,
am.
so here it is. The course offering. You were for a second. It's okay. So here's the course. It's 22 weeks. You look down here. You see right here, Sassy Girl. If you actually click on the main website, somebody put the website in the chat for her, but I also put it in there too. You can actually call Bill directly, and here you'll see weeks 1, week 2 through 7, week 8, week 9, week 10. Oracle Database Administration, 2 weeks. Azure SQL Database Administration, 2 weeks. Module 4 is AWS, right? Administration, 2 weeks. And week 19 to 22 is the final project. Students will work on a comprehensive database administration project that includes SQL, Server, Oracle, Azure, Database, AWS, and Databo. You apply the knowledge gained throughout the course to solve real world scenarios, presentation, and evaluation of final projects. So again, Bill lays it all out here for you guys. You can go over what's in the course.
Better. Can you hear me
And
now?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I had to switch internet. I went to my
That's okay.
phone. I don't know what's up with this basement, but anyway. Look, man, I've been doing this for years, man. If you come and you get your 2 hours a day of self-study, uh, upwards of 160 to 200 hours of self-study, which is what it takes, you'll get where you got to go.
Gotcha.
I have a guarantee. Like I say, if you do that, what I just said, give me the 160, 200 hours, we going to help you. We going to never stop helping you until you get a job. We guarantee we're not going to turn our back on you and be, oh, okay, well, you an old student, you an old subscriber. I subscribe currently, so I ain't. No, once you in the Facebook group, you ain't got to pay no more money. I'm going to help you. If you want my students and you call me, you want some help, hey, man, I'm trying to get ready for this interview tomorrow. I got bullet points I need you to help me review. I don't know what they mean. Can you help me? I got you. That's what we do. We help our students. That's why I ain't trying to be funny. That's why my students are successful, because I ain't trying to be funny. I think I go the extra mile. Because I was like, well, why other people ain't succeeding? It's because you gotta go the extra mile. You gotta make yourself available. African Americans need more of a nurturing environment than the typical person does. We don't just, you can take an Indian and just drop them into something because culturally we've been seeing it for 20, 30 years. Whereas an African American coming from a blue collar background, they're gonna need you to hold their hand a little more. That's what I'm gonna do. A lot of y'all need your hand held first. You need somebody's gonna sit there and be patient and not be like, oh my God, you can't figure this out. Like, I'm not gonna do that to you. Yeah, it's $200, not a lot of money, but I'm not gonna do that to nobody because I ain't cut like that.
Bill's number again is 678 627 2796.
Exactly. And the class is 5 months, it's $297 a month, TCTC. So you just take the class one time, and then after that, you're done. So by 5 months from now, which will be March, you'll be finishing up the class, which will be perfect. That's when you want to be finishing your class.
That springtime release.
Exactly. That's when all these people are doing their new budgets. January, February, they're getting ready. March, they're making calls. My phone is like hot in March. I have to turn it off. They get on my last nerves calling me for jobs. I've been doing this for 15 years though. But guess what? We can download what we know in you, and you can get a job. It ain't that hard.
For sure. Well, thank you, Bill, man. You've been here an hour and 13 minutes now. Bill be giving y'all all the biscuits, all the information. You also see Bill probably again sometime in our Facebook group. Later this week, we have several people coming through trying to help you guys get into tech, breaking into tech careers. I find it important. Again, I want you guys to have access to the best people that I can find. And that's what we do here. Again, if you're in the Facebook group, we will have some team members that will start reaching out to people in maybe 2 weeks here, helping you guys, or probably right after Black Friday, helping you guys in the group connect to what you need: courses, people, resume help, all of it. So I hope that helps. Okay. So yeah, somebody said I just missed. Did you just tuned in? It's over. The show is over. It's been an hour and 13 minutes. You're gonna have to go back and watch on your own time the replay.
I'm
So
gonna tell them in a second. Basically, Lifting the Veil is offering a database administration course. The database administration is a role where you basically stand up the database, make sure it's functioning fast, properly for people. Real laid back position, pays extremely well. Course is 5 months, and I had a bunch of students giving love, showing people say, "Hey, man, this is a legit course." Um, and that's it, man. So
yeah,
what he said? He said, "Okay, so discount is 5 months at a one-time pay." Yeah, it is. So the whole course will be 1147 if you just want to take it by itself. If you just say, "Look, I don't want to pay the whole $297 a month," I'll pay. In fact, I'll take that down to $1,000 flat. So give me a call, man. I got all types of discounts. So before you sign up, you probably need. I want to talk to you because first I want to see what you're thinking, what
what's the
your motives
mentality?
and intent. I want to give you a warning and say, "Hey, this is what you got to do." I want to talk to people. That way, when you get in, I know who I can kind of remember because I'm very bad with names, but I can remember when I talk to somebody and say, "I'm the guy." They say, "Oh yeah, I remember." And so talk to me, and plus I'm gonna give you a discount. If you call me, I'm gonna give you a discount. So just give me a holler. If you want to say, you know what, I want to do an annual membership. I just want to pay for the class. I don't want to pay $297 a month. I just want to pay $200 a month. Holler at me. Now, of course, I can't do that subscription wise, but I can do that. If you're gonna pay it all at once, we'll do that. We'll do it. We'll set that up. You can do that. You ain't got to worry about it. You can take the class, and you ain't got to worry about nothing coming out your account. You just got to focus on learning. And it was just $1,000. That's it. So I got a myriad of ways I help people. Let me know what you need. I got you. All right.
For sure, for sure.
And like I said, I'm
Somebody
gonna
said I'm gonna
change the
call you 4 or
website.
5 times. Then somebody said they're gonna call you 4 or 5 times.
Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter, brother. Call me. Hey, where you at? The phone in my hand. Anyway, but let me see this.
Look, somebody
Let me
said I
say this.
recently broke my foot. I need to learn these computer skills. You do.
Let
You
me
do.
say
You
this. I'm
do.
gonna change the website in a few minutes because I'm in the middle of changing it to where you can sign up for the database administration course. So that'll
Mhm.
be there in a few.
For sure, for sure. Y'all cracking me up. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, Bill, for your time tonight. Man,
Thank
you
you.
always come in and you're super helpful. We'll also be I'll make clips of Opus clips of this video, and I'm gonna be dropping them inside the Facebook group and also here on some shorts here on YouTube. So, Bill, tell them where they can find you on the internet and tell them your phone number one more time. And
My YouTube channel is Sub-Zero3639 Live,
mhm.
and you can find me at www.ltvacademy.com. You can also call me. You can email me bg@ltvacademy.com, or you can you can do that, or you can just call me at 678-627-2796. Um, hey, I love people, love talking to people, love helping people. I didn't
Mhm.
even know I was like this. This is something I do that's fulfilling for me. I love it.
Mhm.
I love getting that text. Like I just got that call today. That's why I'm super happy. I just got a call today from a brother. He's making $120,000. He's somebody I, just saw last week. And he wasn't even going to the conference. But I called him, "Hey man, come on to the conference." Because for me, I consider all my students friends. Once you're one of my students, you're one of my people. So I'm gonna call you. He's not even subscribed. I just called him, "Hey man, you going to the conference?" Man, I don't know. Come on, man. Now he got 120K, 20,000 signing bonus, American Express, because he went to the conference. Build relationships, man. All right,
Yeah.
give me a call. Let's work.
All right, Bill. I love it. Thank you so much for coming through. You guys, this is
Thank
your
you.
girl, Erica, from the Classic Climb blog. And you guys, the tour's coming next year, and we will see you guys soon and soon. Later.